I don't know. That's good and inspired. Oh, I don't want to look like them when I get old. Shit.
That's a funny shirt, by the way.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, when I was living in Victoria, I wanted to make a shirt that says straight out of Crofton.
Oh yeah, right.
All right, what's Crofton?
It's a little town. Oh.
So don't look at the camera. It's just like a normal conversation. You're just talking to me. I'm talking to you.
Okay, sure.
I'm not going to look at the camera either.
Staring at the camera.
Unless unless you guys want to throw something out, like oh thanks blah blah or
Oh yeah, no, fuck that shit.
You shout out to somebody.
Shout out to somebody. Whoever that woman that keeps phoning me from Victoria, fuck off, please.
Leave me alone.
I didn't get the random killings questions printed up because you guys didn't confirm.
Oh right.
But I do have the Dayglos. So what I can do is
That would probably interchange.
bunch of these questions are good for everybody. You know what I mean? And so questions are good for everybody. Like,
Yeah.
each
Whatever
of
you
you guys
wanna do.
can answer.
Completely different answers, though. Right?
Yeah. No
Yeah.
cherry, no
That's
cherry
the interesting
picking.
part.
Yeah, don't say me too, me too, me too.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, yeah,
no,
but
it's,
yeah,
it's,
that's
no,
good.
it's me too. So I guess that's probably not super funny, really. But
Oh yeah, just after the Me Too movement.
we've never heard of it.
Are
What's
you
that?
recording?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, cool. Hi, welcome to Ask the Band, where we take questions from the fans and we ask the bands. We're here today with Dayglo Abortions and Random Killing. We've got Drew, Murray, Mark, and
Jim, known as Mud too.
Mike.
MUDD.
You guys with your wacky names.
You know,
Holy
banners, drum skins, and wacky names.
cow. Yeah, it's like a fashion show.
It must have been difficult not be able to play because of COVID.
Well, yeah, I mean, we were on tour when the first lockdown started. Just finished it, and fortunately, I have another band back home that we jammed right through the whole thing there. But me and Mark, we didn't get to play till a couple of weeks ago. Pretty well, eh?
Yeah. What, like for the full 2 years? For the full 2 years?
Well, no, we did a Halloween. No, Mark didn't do the Halloween party. We did one show.
We did a show in Victoria back in
One in
October,
Edmonton.
and then we recorded the new album in August in Edmonton, and we played a show there too.
Yeah, we got one. We actually had a couple of
No, you
Edmonton.
can't. I'm gonna say that all over again.
Sorry, I'm not a good sound guy, I guess.
He is a sound tech.
What do you
actually.
Yeah, you know I
Okay, Marcus, pretty well. Mark was saying that, no, we didn't care less, but we never practice anyway, so it's...
So you are the sound guy, or do you do anything in the band?
Oh, I'm the bass player.
The bass player.
Yeah. No, I mean I just kind of do that at work.
You can just,
Yeah.
the sound guy, just step back a little
We
bit.
give him a
there.
boom.
Yeah, we need a boom.
So you
You
guys.
notice these guys are a lot older than we are. You can tell by me and Mark. 35 and 38 years old.
Not a day over 40 years.
Did you guys have any underground shows, like secret parties or stuff where you guys can play?
Yeah, we did one on Halloween. It was
Did you?
pretty fairly. Yeah, it was. It was. Mark didn't play at it. We have another friend of ours played, but it was pretty damn fun. It was like punk rock basement Halloween party.
Nice.
No masks,
No mask, no
nothing like
nothing.
that. It was great. It was,
Super
I don't
spreader
remember a lot of
event.
it. I remember they had a petting zoo there, a satanic petting zoo, what they called it, and it was pretty creepy. I went up there and all of the animals, there was like an orgy going on. There was like 3 goats and a bunch of ducks, and this one duck is fucking the shit out of this other duck. But the third duck's just standing there looking at it going, and making all these weird noises. And I was like, it's kind of creepy here. And these animals are getting, and then the goats got into it. And I thought, wow, that's it. This ketamine is making this look all weird. Now I got to get out of here. But it was quite a party. It was really a lot of fun, except for, of course, the satanic petting zoo. It's disturbing,
What were you guys running killing? Did you guys get to play the shows?
We played
You
last.
get-
What was the last show we played? Was Oshawa.
Well, we only played 2. One was a big outdoor. It was at a brewery. It was an outdoor, big outdoor thing in Toronto.
Mash the Fash.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Should I be closer to Murray? Sorry. I'm breaking the fourth wall.
What was the name?
Yeah.
I can't remember it.
Jim, we need to get Jim in there a little better. So I wonder if should we put his stool back there by the wall?
Sure, back. Okay.
And
I can slide over.
You guys might need to snuggle a little bit.
Well,
Yeah.
Just to get
Well,
you
like,
guys.
you
Oh,
know,
that's perfect.
I think we're supposed to be the headline man.
You know
we
what?
should get at least 3/4 of the cup.
That is much better.
Yeah, we
Thank
can
you.
put your name first because you're at the headline.
I mean, mainly what we were doing over the
I want to talk to
all
a
days, we
representative
were
from the
recording,
musicians
we were
who
writing
right
songs,
now, God damn it.
and we recorded a new album.
Shit,
Nice.
We were like, originally it was supposed to be just like a 7-inch, but then we gave the new songs to Curse Blessing, the record label, and they said, "Fuck, this is really good. You got to do a whole album now."
He said,
And we had
"Of course,
more
being
songs.
cursed blessed." Fuck, this is
So that's kind of what we've been up to, just doing a lot of writing and
Fuck,
recording and
praise
stuff
God,
like
this
that.
is good.
We did the 2 weeks, so we've only done, other than last night in Quebec City, we only did one. No, 2. There was the Oshawa and the brewery show, the parking lot one, which was it was a massive Toronto party. Yeah, it was really good outdoor thing. It was all day. I don't know how many bands there were. Like,
massive Toronto punk rock party. You know, they're gnarly. It's
Gnarly.
my back.
yeah, that's kind of what it was like. Everybody was like in
No one's been out, no
wheelchairs
one's
and
done
crutches.
anything.
And,
Everybody's gained 35 pounds or so. And they're
Totally.
Big nicotine stains up their arms and
Yeah.
shit like that. It's sad. I mean, you see some of the things that are going on though. I mean, like that vaccines, boy, they're sure awesomely working good, aren't they?
Yeah. I got vaccinated and I got COVID twice.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, I did get a couple of them because I figured I wouldn't be allowed to play or anything like that. But I just finally in the booster shot, I think I don't fucking think so. Especially when Pfizer goes, well, the vaccines aren't really going to do anything for the new variants because they mutated their spike proteins and shit like this. And going, well, that really makes me not feel like getting it. Then you see the deaths from all causes numbers versus the 5-year average for like boys 8 and under. 81% increase in fatalities for kids 8 and under. Like, what the fuck, eh?
That's crazy.
I got 2 grandkids and they were both muscled into getting vaccinated. I'm like, wow, I'm trying to kill my grandkids, Mark. I mean, I don't have grandkids actually myself. I'm only 42 years old, but
Okay.
Your brother's grandkids.
something like that. Yeah. Now they're just kids. I just borrowed them off of the local ne'er-do mom. Gave her $20 to get some dope and borrowed her kids. There's a lot of that stuff on the West Coast these days.
Part of the reason why we're doing this is to inspire the next generation of prog rockers and musicians.
Musicians
You
in
guys are
general,
in,
like
in
that.
high school.
Genre neutral here, eh? Okay. All inclusive genre neutral thing. I don't like to get cubbyholed like that. But yeah, I mean, kids, it's tough, especially after COVID, because kids have the way to inspire the next generation of musicians and everything is to put on all ages gigs.
Yeah.
Because and it's so difficult with the complications with the bars and the liquor licenses.
Nobody
stuff
wants
like
to do
that.
it.
Nobody will touch it, and the kids they're going to be listening to whatever remix stuff, and the video game soundtracks, whatever the hell they're into, and unless they actually see live music, then they realize, wow, this is totally different than that shit I've been listening to, because we put on one. It's a while now since we put one on, but put on one, and all of these hip hop kids from the local high school came up to the damn thing, and they just couldn't believe it. They're all stage diving and just having a fucking riot. You're like, fuck rap music. This is way more fun,
Intense.
So that's something that I don't know really what you can do to encourage that sort of thing. The promoters.
Oh, yeah, 100% all
It's got to be the locally promoters. Maybe get a venue that's not dependent on liquor sales because they have, they have to move the booze out of the building and shit like this. It's either that or allow split, gigs where you got like the wristband. They won't do that in BC at all.
Much of a hassle. Nobody wants to do it. It's too
Yeah.
much of a risk.
yeah, they used to do that in Toronto for.
Yeah, there used to be a fair number of them back in the day.
There's one show this tour that's all ages in London.
There's always the London show.
It's a
all
free
ages.
show,
That's right.
and it's all ages.
Yeah, that's right.
I
That's,
love free shows. We
that's
used
what's
to do
gonna
that.
happen,
We used to
yeah,
have
yeah.
a bar at the 360 in Toronto, and I would say to William, I said, "You give us a percentage of the bar, fucking doors free."
Yeah,
And the
In
shows
BC, you're
were
not allowed
always
to do
fucking,
that.
they were always full, and
Yeah.
everyone was really happy.
BC, you'll not get a squirt of pee out of the bar, right?
Really?
Yeah, no, and then not only that, but they go, oh yeah, in the door, you got to pay for the PA, you got to pay for the bouncers, you got to pay for. And it's
Yeah, that
like,
happened to us when we
wait a
played in
minute here,
Vancouver.
hold on a second. You think all of these people are coming
was
here to
that?
visit you for fuck's sake, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Was that place Elephant or something?
Oh, the
Like-
Crew Elephant, yeah.
Yeah, back in
Crew
the
Elephant?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then
Fucking
early
hosed.
mid '90s or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Random Killing played there, and they made us. They took. So you guys made this amount of money, and then they started just taking it away
Yeah.
bit by bit. Okay, so this is to pay
Sorry,
for
you
the
owe us
bouncers.
$40
And
bucks.
you pay for
Yeah.
the bouncers? Like
Yeah,
what
yeah,
the hell?
That's not exactly
Right?
going to inspire young kids to start bands.
Yeah,
and get
we
going, eh?
shouldn't say
Hey, but
that.
the funny thing is you're gonna get into music seriously. You really have to sort of do some self-reflection and figure a couple of things out. Like, what are you looking for in life, really? Is it material stuff, wealth, respect of your peers, and all of these things? Maybe you should look at a job, and a career or something like that, because you're not going to get any of that shit, really, in music. But if you want to see the world, or if you want to, or if you wake up every morning with this burning desire for some reason to change the world with your crazy ideas, and you just feel you're forced to do it, well, that's kind of like the boat that I'm in there, so you're sorry about your luck, kid, you have to do it. It's
Gotta get
a lot of
it.
people get into music thinking they're going to be rich or they're going to be famous. Or, no, you're not. But you can see the world, and you can have we've been doing it for 42 years now or something like that.
Yeah.
We're not really on tour. We're just visiting
Just
our
doing
friends
it,
and
yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we know people in every town now. And we just come around and panhandling some money and drinking all of their beers, kind of thing like that. And, are you looking what makes you happy? But they're all super anarchist, guys and everything like this. So they decided that they were going to do a tour of North America, but they were just going to go BYO. So they're this huge band from Europe that nobody really knows in America comes over, and then there's videos of them playing to 3 kids in somebody's basement. And they're just, they're really good, and these kids are watching them. Whoa, these guys are, I don't know if you know the band. They were like a really groundbreaking band. They're from Sweden, I think. They did a bunch of things they did, which were, it's kind of funny, good and bad came out of the Refused. Backwards haircuts, not so good. Pretty well at the beginning of screamo, emo shit like that. But they were like really heavy, hardcore
Yeah,
band
they were
and stuff,
definitely
really heavy,
Yeah.
real high-end musicians. It was neat stuff. But some of these videos of playing in these kids' basements are like, and they're like, got gear up to the ceiling and all this. It's quite cool.
Downstairs.
But then they retired, said that their political and moral, state of being just could not come to terms with being a huge rock star. So we quit right now. I walked away from it all, waited for 10 years, and then did one of the fucking massive big festival tours.
Really?
I think they re-released The Shape of Punk to Come and came out. They had this big, this big, doing what human beings do best, hypocrisy. I was like, wow, that's awesome. That's like the guy coming out of, actually, I forget that joke. It was terrible.
No, don't do
Yeah,
that.
the brakes on that one.
They played Lee's Palace not very long ago, actually.
No fucking way.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. I'd like to
It
see
may have been just before COVID. Or
Well, it was
fucking
about
in
5 years
between,
ago that
I
I
don't
saw
know, but
some
yeah, not
video
very
of
long
them
ago.
playing, and it was one of those major corporate bloody festival kind of things, and I'm like, wow. So you guys just had to wait for a few years till everybody forgot about that little pledge there, and whatever. Who am I to? What do I know? Anyone?
Okay, we got a 8:45. Well, it's only 8:26. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Some questions. How did you guys get started in playing music when you guys were younger? Take me through your first equipment stuff.
Well, when I was a kid, I can, as far as I can remember, I was my Dayglos and stuff. Like I grew up born in 1960, so my formative years were really early 70s. I spent, it's funny, I always thought I was going to be a musician as far as I can remember. I was going to be like a supervillain musician. I was going to take over the world kind of thing and save the world somehow. I thought I had all these naive dreams and everything like this, but I remember I just went on in a fantasy world for a long time until I found this guitar hidden in the attic when I was snooping around October time looking for Christmas presents, and I found this bloody guitar. It's like a cheap little acoustic guitar, and I just, okay, put it away, didn't touch it, waited until Christmas, and I'm convinced myself that I'm gonna take this thing out and just start shredding on it, Didn't work out so good. It was totally out of tune for starters. It didn't know how to tune it. It hurt my fingers. So I didn't really play it. It took a couple of months. Summertime rolled around. I was about maybe 7, I guess. And my dad was into Creedence Clearwater Revival, where he had a Creedence record, Willie and the Poor Boys. And I got the little guitar out one day, and I could only do it on one string because it was out of tune completely. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, that's my daughter, okay. Hey, sweetheart, how's it going?
Also, you learned how to answer the
Hey,
phone.
what's up? I'm kind of right in the middle of an interview right now, but I can still chat, that's okay. We can improvise here. What are you up to tonight? Oh, yeah, just made dinner. What'd you make?
We don't in the flow. We only got like 10 minutes left in this.
Oh, lucky girl. I'm missing my dinner from this interview. Getting all hungry and grumpy and everything like that.
Hangry.
How's things going in town there? How are you? Oh, no. Oh, God. What?
Kid calls, got to answer.
Okay. Oh, good. Okay, so she got in there really good. What did my car do anyway? What happened?
Mark, do you want another water?
Oh, no, I'm good, thanks.
Okay.
Just
Anyone
fine,
want
right?
a
God,
beer?
that.
No, no.
Are we paused right now?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Well,
Yeah, anything that's different, we did it.
that's so.
Gonna go,
What a bunch
you
of
guys got
assholes.
bathroom or somewhere?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus. That's too bad.
This way.
Wait.
Wait, you guys got it
Keep
Yeah.
smoothed
going.
over, right?
To your
Right over
left.
here.
Okay,
You
good
want
idea.
No.
Good idea.
Just join the toilet.
No, it's all good.
Nice.
Oh, this is good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Sweetheart, I sort of gotta get going here. I'm gonna try. Okay, I probably won't hear it because I'm gonna be in the bar and it's gonna be loud. How about if I call you tomorrow in the daytime? I'll try and call you. Okay, love you, sweetheart. Good night, hon.
How about you, Drew and Jim? How did you guys get started in music? Your instruments and stuff, Jim?
How'd you get started, Jim?
Yeah.
What was your crystalline?
So long ago, man. No, it would probably be just as kids we were jumping around, playing air guitar to like
Black
Montrose.
Sabbath.
Like Montrose was the big air guitar band that we.
Montrose.
Yeah, Montrose. And anyways, and wow, we should like really get like real guitars
Yeah, I
and
know
shit.
Ronnie
So that's what they
Montrose.
did, and we did.
Sammy Hagar sang
And
for it, didn't he?
so nobody wanted to play bass, and I thought,
hate that
well,
shit.
fuck, I'll play bass.
Ronnie Montrose.
I thought, well, it'll be easier anyways.
I might even
That was
confuse
actually
with
wrong.
Darren.
But hey,
They're both Catholic.
that's basically
Same
how I
shit.
got into it, and then
I was
just
in,
you
like,
just
that's
start
the
as
stuff
kids,
they
just
did
start
at the
playing
punk
and stuff
concert.
like that, and having fun and shit, right? It's what it's about, just having fun. Just so, I mean, it's sort of something that's in your blood, I think. If
Yeah,
you're
it seemed to
into-
be for me too. It was predetermined.
I was obsessed with music
Fucking
since I
pissed
was a
off.
little kid, right? Like just like a little kid,
I wasn't so much
right?
pissed
Just
off.
listen,
as
like
I was
you heard the
evil.
story a million
I
times,
mean,
but
not
it's
really
totally
evil,
true. Like up in your
Yeah,
bed with a
I've
little
always had a really
transistor
bizarre sense of
radio, and
humor.
listening to tunes when your parents think you're
Some of
sleeping
the
and
things I
stuff
thought
like
were
that.
funny.
And
Apparently won't to
You
other
know.
people, but
so it's
Like,
same with Murray. Like I grew up, like I was born in 1962, so yeah, that was.
it's
That was the
interesting to see
beginning of-
things evolve, isn't it, over time? I mean, the '70s were just growing up in the '70s was so awesome. It was just a non-stop drug-crazed ladies aren't as cute as you think they are. They're actually kind of ugly, to be
They're nasty.
perfectly honest, and especially when it's like not well balanced. You know, like I walked in on one, like a friend's place. I walk in the back door, and all over the kitchen floor is a bunch of naked people making out, and it's like, oh God, it's a bunch of my friends, and they go, where did you stay? And I'm like, well, there's already 9 dudes and 2 girls. I think it's a little unbalanced as it is all. I don't, you know, I'm like, you out here going home, like brushing my eyes with my toothbrush or something like this. But fortunately, there was some really good drugs which could just wipe that right out.
Wipe
of
the
you.
memory right
Yeah,
away.
it was like instant lobotomy or something. And then, God damn it, whoever it was who invented AIDS and Hep C,
Ruined it
there
for
goes
everybody.
everybody's fun right there. I actually am even a little crass about that. The drugs thing, kid, you know, they're dangerous. You gotta take
Yeah,
courses.
don't
They're-
inspire the kids in the wrong
well,
way.
no. They're a lot of fun, but you have to do them properly. And hardly anybody knows how to do them right. If you do them wrong, they'll kill you. So it's like pretty dicey.
Dope these days is terrible.
Yeah, these days it's, well, you know, I don't know what's going on in the world, but there seems to be, to me, I don't know if it's paranoia or what, seems to be forces in the world that would profit off of pain and misery, essentially, you know.
Seems that way.
And anything to keep people in a state of stress and not being able to process and deal with the things. That's one of the things that music will really give you that nobody even talks about ever is self-esteem and the ability to process the complicated things in life. Because like one of the things that I struggled with really badly as a teenager and stuff was my identity and my self-esteem, and then, you know, it was really difficult when everybody's telling you, fucking long-haired little stoner twat, you know, you're useless little shit, stuff like this. When you start creating things, like permanent things, like a piece of music, and record your own next song that you made, and you put it all together, and then you put it on a CD player or whatever it is, and listen to it, you're just going, oh my God, suddenly you realize there's not a drug, there is nothing that is going to give you the rush of self, wow, I made this.
Yeah.
And this rocks. Everybody else is probably going to go, ooh, this kind of sucks. But to you, it is
Doesn't
just
matter, yeah. Doesn't matter
unbelievable
what they
rush
think.
you get off of it.
Yeah.
And then, you know, so wow, all of a sudden I am worthy of something. I can create something that none of these other people can do too. Eh? And they're all going, wow, kind of groovy, isn't it? You know? And that's why you see all of the musicians. We were all ostracized social misfits in school.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And it wasn't until we really got, you know, established and all of a sudden, you know, you become the center of attention, which is good because we're all narcissistic psychopaths as well. But
Deep down inside, you don't want to be big rock stars.
you know, but the other thing is this processing complex emotions and the scary shit that you're faced with in life. If you just put it in a song, maybe ridicule it if it's really scary, and make that song sit there and you listen to it and you go, yeah, I took care of that.
We wrote a song.
And then you let it go.
Jim used to have recurring nightmares all the time
Yeah.
about hanging off a cliff and being chased by a tornado. We
Yeah.
wrote a song about it. He never had those dreams.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's true.
I
Right. I always woke up like I was flying through the air as tornado, you know, it all came from.
Lizard bus.
Exactly, man. Like saw it when I was too young, scared the shit out of me, and I had
Oh, the Wizard
horror
of Oz,
dreams,
man.
and
Right up.
finally I left. So I wrote a song about tornadoes, and fuck, I never had to dream again. So
There you go.
there, that's how you cure yourself.
The big thing is the
If
let it
something's
go
really
part.
bugging you, write a song about it and get it
Yeah,
off
and
your
it's
chest.
all about the letting go bit thing, eh? Because
I mean, I've done
so
that a
many
few
people
times.
harbor all of the shit that they've got coming at them in the world, and it just keeps building up and building up,
Got no outlet
making
for
them
it.
sick, you know, and or like all of this concepts like revenge and stuff like that. Revenge does not hurt the person that you know, it hurts you, and it you know, it'll poison your soul, kind of thing like that, carrying around all of that negativity.
Yeah.
Take it into a punk rock song, ridicule the shit out of it,
Throw it out
you
there.
know, and then you're done. it's over.
I mean, even if it's just like a piece of poetry or something
yeah,
like that, I mean,
yeah,
it's just
but
the
there's
whole
many-
thing of
I'm
writing
saying,
it
yeah.
down on paper.
Yeah.
I mean, even if the song or poetry never does anything, it doesn't matter. I think it's more of a
Yeah.
getting it down.
It's
And-
the
for sure.
exercise, or well, you can ritualize it almost too.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got it to the point where, God, I do it a couple of times a week. Fucking missed the damn bus again. Missed the fucking bus again. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. I wanted fucking cheese whiz on my sandwich.
This next question is for Mark. You asked before if we met each other, and we did. You used to come over with Pasha over to my house when I lived with Scott Russian.
Oh,
Back in
up
the early
on
2000s.
Shelbourne. Yeah, you guys had parties at the Shelbourne house.
No, we had parties at we're Bay in Vancouver.
Bay in Vancouver.
Yeah, on Bay Street, the corner of Bay in Vancouver. Yeah, you
Oh
were over a
my
few
God.
times.
Okay. Oh yeah,
Yep.
and Bay in Vancouver. I'm trying to think.
I was thinking of Bay and Quadra for a second. I was going, whoa, you lived in that house? Holy Jesus.
I've been in the house. Yeah.
You know, it's actually yuppie condos now, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I go by there, I go, boy, there must be some weird vibes in there considering, I don't know, maybe 500 people died in that house over a 10-year period. Oh, Jesus. There were 3 floors. Down in the basement was the crackheads.
Yeah.
So that was like
Junkies on the main floor and then speed
Shelbourne?
freaks.
Bay in Vancouver.
upstairs.
Bay in Vancouver.
Which is right by being Quadra. Anyways, the question I was going to ask you was, you played on a drum set one of the times you were over, and I was like,
And you broke my snare skin? You owe me $20.
anyways, you were a drummer. Like you weren't, it wasn't a novelty. You weren't a blind guy who could play drums or anything like that. You were a serious drummer. Like you had
Yeah, you
solid
used to
timing, and you had good fills and solid chops.
Nice.
Did you learn how to play? Were you always blind, or did you learn how to play before or after? Like how'd that work?
Well, I was born like legally blind, so I had a little bit more vision when I was a kid, but I always wanted to play the drums, and then my brothers took me to see a punk show when I was 11 years old. It was SNFU and Beyond Possession, and I pretty much fucking started playing the drums the next day.
Goes on about this all the time.
It's like tapping on the wall and the fucking tables and whatever, So yeah, I always just wanted to play music and fucking, I don't know, the drums. You didn't really have to like learn how to.
I find almost
You didn't have to
all
learn any
musicians
notes
say
on the
that.
drums.
I
Yeah.
don't remember not wanting
Yeah.
to be a
At
musician.
any point, did you ever feel that it would be too hard to be in a band or to be good at it, or did you say fuck I can do it?
Oh, no.
What was your attitude towards
Well,
it?
Mark,
I was
Mark
like-
had
I
a
was a
group of
fucking-
guys, very supportive friends and everything like that.
Yeah, I
as
had
well,
older
too.
brothers, and I just, I was a blind kid. I couldn't play team sports, so playing the drums was like, fuck, this is something I can do, So,
Nice.
I always loved playing the drums. And like I said, you don't really have to learn any notes when you play the drums. You just fucking hammer away and.
You don't even have to carry your own gear, apparently, when you play the drums. You get the guitar player to carry the gear. Is that the way it works? Something like that.
Yeah.
One of the questions I have from the fans is more directed towards you, Murray, and that's when it's from AJ from Victoria. He lived on Mason Street,
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
And he says around 1992, you guys
Burned his house down?
packed. No,
Good, because I was over there.
no, and it was 1992. You guys, he says you guys packed up in a school bus and left, and never came back. And then like 3 months later, everyone in the neighborhood started ransacking the house. Is this true, or is this folklore?
Well, I mean, that might have happened a couple of times, you see, at the end there, we had 4 houses kind of in a row. We created our own little ghetto there, kind of all connected backyards and stuff. And we did see, how many tours did we go out of there? We were there for about 2 years, I guess, really. And there was a tour in the summertime where we went off for a while. And there was people living in the houses while we were gone that time. And then we kind of moved out. Everybody was moving off in different directions. So that's probably what happened. It's probably because we left and never came back. That was when we all abandoned there on the place. The house I was in had a fire in it after I left. Upstairs burned out and stuff like that. One of the guys stayed there though, because this guy Terry, he was this big burly construction worker. I think he still lives there almost, but yeah, that's a long time ago. I really don't remember that part of it. I just remember the
Don't remember.
you know. See, I got divorced from my first wife whilst the Mason Street thing was going on, so I moved. Got booted out of my house that I owned over in the Esquimalt there, and moved to Mason Street. And I was like pretty bummed about it and stuff like this. Moved into Mason Street, and it was like I moved into a house with like Lisa Witzke and Jen Chapman and a couple of really cute young skater girls who were a few years younger than me and stuff like this. And things started to suddenly turn around really good for me. You know what I mean? And yeah, so I don't even know what I'm talking about, for Christ's sake. All I can think about is dinner.
Yeah. We gotta get going anyways.
You hear that?
There's one more question for Random Killing. Okay, Neil Young regrets writing Southern Man, and especially he regrets releasing it. Right? Do you guys have any songs that you guys regret writing and releasing? You know, like maybe something you did like 30 years ago.
I kind of
You
regret
guys-
the video for Undertaker.
I've got songs that I just
How
wrote
come?
that I regret writing,
Because
for
it's just
Christ's
so
sake.
cheesy.
It's definitely kind of
It's
cheesy.
full on.
Yeah,
It's
but
full on cheesy.
It was kind of like, yeah.
I don't know, when it gets to
But
songs, you
that's
see,
not the song. Though.
where did they come
You know.
from? Did I write this song, or did I just
Did I
channel
write
this
the song?
information out of the universe? And like, I mean, God, I just wrote a song the other day called "I Am Woman, Hear Me Roar." I'm thinking it's pretty witty, eh? It's about a transgendered hockey player, eh? And he goes, I used to be the smallest guy on my hockey team. Now I'm the toughest girl in the women's league. He goes on, all the other women, or no, I hate all the other women, he says. He goes, because they just tell me I'm just a man, and they won't let me use their dressing room, but I'll have my revenge. I'm bigger and faster than them. I will hunt every one of them down and make them all wish they were men. And I'm thinking, ooh, Jesus might have crossed the line there, eh? And it's like, you know, it's tough. How do you make because it's an issue that's so sensitive, eh? And I'm all over everybody having equal rights, being treated. I think it's extremely dangerous to start separating groups and going, okay, so we're going to have these rights for this group and these rights for this group. And wait a minute, we've got to change here. We've got these other rights for this group. This is called the gas chamber, you know, or whatever. That's how that shit ends up going, eh? So
Yeah.
I want to make some kind of it's supposed to be the artists or the mirror of society, and we reflect the good and the bad and everything back at them. So it's a disservice to society to censor this, to self-censor the shit, even though you know it's not going to be taken well by a lot of people. So what do? You gotta, my sort of approach is,
Talk about it.
no, but the thing is you gotta talk about it, but you gotta do it in a way where you're not being, like a little bit of manners helps, a little bit of respect. You don't be rude to people as individuals. You gotta try and go here. And there's some people that are gonna be hypersensitive and they're gonna react. And, I guess what do you call that? Collateral damage?
Yeah.
I guess something like that. It's
Yeah, well, Random Killing needs to be on stage in like half an hour, 45 minutes or so.
45
And you guys
minutes.
need to be on stage in like an hour or so.
More or
So I
less.
just want to say thank you very much for coming down and doing
Thank
this.
you.
And we really
Yeah, no worries,
appreciate
no
you guys and looking forward to hearing Hate Speech as a full. That's the name of the album, right?
That's right.
And
Yeah.
do you guys have an album coming up?
Yeah.
Yep. What's it called?
Called Bring Out Your Dead.
Yeah.
Do
And we
you have
hope
a date
we
for it?
all will still be alive by the time
be
this
sometime
stuff
in
gets out of
August, I
the
hope.
pressing
Sometime in
plants.
August?
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's
Well,
the-
hopefully it depends because of the pressing plants are.
Yeah.
There's.
August, Jim. Just to say August.
Yeah, we'll say
Yeah.
August.
Say August and surprise them in July.
Yeah, well, I don't know, man. It comes down to the pressing plants because there's a shortage of vinyl, right? So
Oh,
it's, yeah, I mean that's one reason.
Actually,
record
what there
companies said
is-
you might as well do a whole record.
Is
if
there's
you
a
can. You just
surplus
can't
of
get
major
vinyl
labels
right
is
now,
what
so-
there is.
Yeah.
So.
The major labels
August would be
destroyed
nice.
the pressing plants because
Let's hope.
wanted to make
August.
CDs with all the profit.
Yeah.
Now they see they're popular again, so they just walk into all of the pressing plants and toss a bunch of money in and butt into the lineup.
That's your cash.
Put
See
out
you
like a
later.
million copies of the Rolling Stones 300 record box set or some shit. And now we're all sitting there going, "Oh, that's awesome."
Will you you want to
Guess
come
you
back
guys
with
probably
us?
want this back. Yeah, I do. You guys drive here?
No.
I'll take that,
Oh,
thank you.
shoot.
Murray, do you want a beer for the road?
I want to. Nah, I'm okay on that. I can
We're
eat
gonna
some
hop
food.
in the.
Oh, we have an hour. It's 1:45.
I got to get food
Sorry,
on the
no,
way
but I
back,
don't
so
want-
I'm gonna buy something to eat. I'll
I want
walk.
to get back and